it is Sunday and Elizabeth and I are meeting my dad and aunt at the movies. We're going to Hidden Figures, not Hidden Fences, Golden Globes. Anyway, let's get this day started. All right, movie is over. That was fantastic.
This has been a very womanly, powerful weekend.
So if that movie didn't win movie of the year, we definitely need to see Moonlight, because if Moonlight was better than this movie, it's got to be fantastic, because that was highly recommended. Very, very, very good. Is that a good enough review?
Yes.
Go see it. All right, we were at Walmart getting a Chromecast for Elizabeth's friend. I promised them I would help them set up a smart home so they can get rid of cable. Yes, wire cutters. Down with the man. Down with the man. Elizabeth, can I get you a giant stuffed animal for Valentine's? By the way, we don't celebrate Valentine's. All right, Aaron's personal geek squad for the day is done and completed. It's time to go home and binge watch on Netflix. Oh yeah.
And meal prep for the week.
And meal prep for the week.
Clean the house. And we haven't done any of it.
Clean the house and do laundry and
all those things. I know.
Adulting is hard.
We played too much yesterday.
All right, good evening. It has been a nice and relaxing day. Great movie this afternoon, but it's now time for me to answer all the Ask Aaron Anything questions. I only got a few from YouTube. So first question comes from Kevin Crossan, and he asks, what are your favorite Chromebook extensions? How have teachers at your school embraced the one-to-one Chromebooks with kids? So I'm not the best person to ask about Chromebook extensions because we use iPads in the classroom. The second, third, fourth, and fifth grade, they use the one-to-one Chromebook ratio. What I use Chromebooks for with the kids is really to let them get online and do things that are, so it's their gateway to online. But how the big kid teachers have used the one-to-one, they use Google Classroom, which is a way for you to assign things to all your kids. They do a lot of the smart notebook stuff where you can do surveys and quizzes and things like that, where you, I think it's called Smart Response. That's what it is, Smart Response. So you can give quizzes and things like that from the smart board, and then the kids can all take that quiz on their Chromebooks. But I think the number one thing that they use them for that I think is the best is when they do group work, the kids are working on one project digitally, but each kid can access it through their own Chromebook. So that's probably the best thing that they've done so far, is that collaboration between the teacher and the students. Next question comes from Francine Kupek. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Hey Aaron, what type of document camera do you recommend? What program do you use to create your digital lessons in? Thanks. Smart Notebook is the smart camera that we use. It's from Smart Notebook, so I think it's just called Smart Camera. That's the only one I've ever used, so the document camera, I don't really have a whole lot of information outside of that one. What program do you use to create your digital lessons? So I do have a lot of information on this. We use Smart Notebook, which is comes with the smart board and other smart products that we use in our school, and it allows you to almost make a PowerPoint, but within the PowerPoint it has a lot of things that you can put and change, and the kids can manipulate. You can embed videos, kids can move objects and things, so it's an interactive way to use the smart board. So Smart Notebook is what we use. Mr. Thane Hey Aaron, I have a workflow question. How does editing and uploading your vlog fit into your daily routine? So this is the bane of my existence, is trying to balance work life, personal life, and vlogging life. So getting content is just changing your routine, just remembering, hey, I should probably get a little bit of video. Getting B-roll is something I struggle with, is trying to just make sure I have enough of the pieces of what I'm doing when I'm not talking, because nobody wants to just watch me talk for 9 minutes. But then my editing, I usually get home and I try to edit as early as possible so that I'm done around 7, and so I can have the rest of the evening with my wife. If that doesn't work out, I either edit before I go to bed while Elizabeth is watching something on her iPad, or I get up at 5 a.m. and edit in the morning before work. So the editing time is probably the hardest part, and it usually means that I just lack sleep. So that's all the YouTube questions. All right, so here are the questions from Facebook. So Isaac asks, thanks, Jared has been watching your vlogs on YouTube. Thanks for all you do. Hey Jared, thanks for watching the vlogs. Matt, oh, before I forget, I can't forget to give my shout out to David Palmer for the week. Got some geese going on overhead, hold on. Okay, now they're gone. All right, Matt Hawley, if you had to give up one piece of your vlogging gear, which piece and why? At the moment, I would give up my GoPro. I use it the least amount of any of the equipment I use. I know I will miss it when I'm on vacation and if we're at the beach or a pool or something like that, but at the moment, I would give up my GoPro before I gave up this camera, or definitely not my drone. So Leah Smith asked the last question. I saw that you attended the Women's March in Lubbock. Why did you march? Do you consider yourself a feminist, and what does that mean to you? So I marched to lend my voice to the cause, which would be women's rights, but I think that women's rights movement has connected to a bigger group of people who, in this current administration, are afraid that they're going to lose their way of life and they're going to lose some of their rights. And so I think it was important to lend my voice to make sure that this current administration knows that there's a large group of people that have a lot to lose if some of the rhetoric and some of the policies get put in place that have been talked about. And so I went in order to lend my voice to my wife and to my future children and to minorities and to other people who I care about. And do I consider myself a feminist? Absolutely. That word feminist, I think, has been manipulated to try to make people feel like it's a bad word. But to me, being a feminist means that what goes for a man should go for a woman, and what goes for a woman should go for a man. That there shouldn't be this inequity in pay and treatment and access to health care and all the other things that go with kind of that inequality between men and women. And so as a feminist, I like to think of things that and situations and think, if this was a man, would this situation be different? Or if this was a woman, would this situation be different? And if it is, there's some inequality there. And so this Women's March was an opportunity for me to do that. That's a very broad, sweeping statement, but I only have 9 minutes and I really can't get that much deeper into it, but that's a great question. As always, if you have any questions, I post a video up either Saturday or Sunday asking for questions. Those of you that gave questions, thank you so much. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, if you like the daily videos and you want to help support, like, comment, and share, click up here for yesterday's, click down here for some random video, over here if you haven't subscribed, and follow me on social media. See you tomorrow.